Roman, we recorded an episode with G-Raz, and it actually
Dominic,
turned out pretty good.
Dominic, I haven't been recording my mic for the past 10 minutes.
Wow, that's like... Do you want to restart?
Alright. Hello, everyone. My name is The First Greek.
What up?
And today, we're not doing a second take, because that's stupid. So we're doing the first podcast.
We just sat through... We just talked for like maybe 10 minutes.
Right.
And Roman's mic wasn't recording.
So let me give you a quick summary for the viewers that haven't subscribed to our extras content to find the lost footage.
That's not a thing.
Dominic ate a dozen babies and I puked lettuce. Alright, let's get straight into it.
At least he said something
Truthful for once, I know. I'm
know.
I'm not a complete fucking liar. Anyway.
You a liar?
Hit me with the topic, Dom. Hit me with the topic.
Let me continue. Let me say what I said before you started recording your mic.
Okay.
We never have an idea what to talk about, and it becomes a reoccurring theme amongst our video episodes.
It's very true. I can attest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it just because we're stupid and we can't think of anything to talk about?
No, it's because we don't come prepared.
We're incapable of having a serious conversation with one another.
Oh, it's right. It's because we're the perfect specimens. I thought we already went over this. Atlas and Peabody.
No, yeah, yes. Competent people don't exist.
No, only us, unfortunately.
we exist.
That is the sad truth, reality, and the only fact you'll find here on the First Greek.
Search it up.
Fuck, I said the podcast name wrong twice.
What did you say?
I went on the First Greek, the first parable. None of those. The first podcast, guys. Go there.
The first podcast. We're the only one. The first one.
Go to. Oh right. Merch. Wait, no.
Here.
Wait, merch plugin first. Merch plugin.
We don't have merch.
Go to jimmyfuckingsucks.com and buy the newest.
Hold on, I want to search that up and see if that's an actual website.
And right, lost content. Go in the extras thing. All right, yeah.
Sucks.ca.
Yeah, Jimmy the Skull fucking sucks. No, say Jimmy the Skull. He fucking sucks. That's it.
Jimmy the Skull. He fucking sucks. .ca.
Did you find it?
That yeah. It's a full wow.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, it's there. I don't know why you thought it wasn't anyways.
Yeah, no. That's the
Go support us. Go support the podcast. Go check that out. The
it.
5 people that are listening right now.
What's a nice topic you want to talk about?
Nice topic. How we both hate Terraria, but it's going to be controversial this time because, as you know,
controversial opinion. Roman's playing it right now.
Yep, it's true. That's all the mouse clicking you hear. It's not a professional podcast. Calm down. Just mute my mic if you don't want to hear this.
At least not yet.
Not yet.
We're still novices at being awesome.
Wait, what? I thought we were full-on professionals. What happened?
No. We're novices at being awesome, but no one else is higher than.
Is that like the nitwit level for villagers in Minecraft novices?
No. But listen, fucker.
Okay.
You know what I was saying.
I'm listening. Let's hear it.
Okay, so Terraria, anyways.
Yes, it's awful. Don't play it. If you want to play it, fine, but don't play it.
See, my opinion on the game is the sprite work is great. The designs of
you said great with your fucking teeth scraping it. The sprite work is great.
Great. Just the designs of the things in that game is just, it looks nice. But just the gameplay, and there's just so much shit packed into that game that I am too stupid to comprehend, and I don't like it.
And you know what? I totally agree with you. It's 100%. It's overwhelming for new players.
There's just the only ways for you to play the game is if you have a friend who knows almost everything to do which is so much knowledge to know.
I know, but see, the problem is, if you're playing with someone who knows everything, you yourself aren't learning anything. You're just getting fucking, like, you're just sitting in your crib while they bring you everything that you need to survive.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm playing the game right now, and I'm getting some help here and there, and that's nice, but I really would just want to play the game from the start to finish on my own and figure out everything for myself.
I don't. I have no
interest at all.
I have no interest. Like, my experience in playing the game, I played it quite a bit as a kid with Noah, my brother.
Yeah. On your like one of your consoles or something.
Yeah, I think the PS4, when we've got it, like when we were like a couple years ago, 5 years ago, I forget, but. We got it on that. I mean, him played a bit, but we didn't really get that far. I remember we got past the wall of flesh, but never did much after that. And I've never once gotten farther than that point. Because after you beat the wall of flesh, it's in hard mode.
Right, yeah.
So everything is harder. So all of the tools that you would have gotten before that are useless. You need to just go and just. It's like starting from the beginning again, but you have a knowledge of the resources you might need.
Right, I understand that.
But like, there's so many orbs, so many swords. Like, holy shit! There's a sword that you need 18 different swords that you have to craft with 13 other objects to make that one sword.
Yeah, I heard of that. It's like the Infinite Blade or something.
And it's
stupid. And you know what? That very sword is probably only useful for a good 10 fucking minutes, and then you have to go find something else better.
Yeah, that sword is used to cut the rope off of some fucking door, and then it is useless.
Because I think the problem when the Terraria devs were making this game is they were in the mindset of more is better, and they were just like, fuck it, tons of shit, tons and tons of shit. And if you find an item, it's useless, so you have to go find another item that's actually better. And you just gotta keep doing that for 30 hours until you beat the game.
Yeah.
And that's not fun, because it's not simple. I don't like things that are overly complicated.
When it comes to Minecraft, people, like, compare them as, like, oh, Terraria's, like, 2D Minecraft. It is fucking not. It is completely different
like,
from
if you want to get a rise out of someone, it's really good to say that, but... in actuality, it's not. It's way too different games.
Completely different games. And Minecraft is... I prefer that so much more, because not only is it just... it's better to look at, in a way, but, like...
yeah,
it's also just... it's simple enough for you to enjoy the time playing it, and also just... and also, like, it's a game that you can play over and over again, do something different every time, and enjoy it. Terraria is something that you just need specific things, or else you will not be able to do anything.
Honestly.
Unless you want to build houses in a 2D plane, by all means, play Terraria and build shit.
Honestly, building is just so much more fun in Minecraft.
That's the thing. Ever since I stopped, I haven't played Terraria since I was playing with Noah on the PS4 until like maybe I think January of like earlier this year. And I tried playing it, and the only thing I did before completely stopped playing was I built a house, and that's it. I built a house. I was playing with a bunch of people, and then they were off getting ores and stuff, and like...
oh, wait, when did you do this, by the way?
This was, like, January.
Really? When? Who were you playing with?
I was playing with, like, my, like, Rudy and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but, I was playing with them, and they were, like, off... doing whatever.
Just off the rocker, just like... see, I'm so the reason why I'm having some fun right now, Dom, is because Noah is, like, he understands that I will stop playing if I've, like, fed up, he goes too fast, and then that'll be it. There's no other way to play the game without at least more than one fucking person, right?
Yeah. No,
so I'm at his mercy right now. He's not going to speedrun through the game. He's going to take his time so that I can enjoy it as well.
That's true.
But with people like, you know, Rudy and all your other friends there, they're just going to play the game. And they're going to assume you know how to play the game and you've been playing it for 10 plus fucking years. So when you're like not doing shit, you're like, Dom, you don't even have like this armor yet. That's so like, what have you been doing? And you're like, well, I haven't been playing the game, and that's completely reasonable. How are you supposed to know everything?
And it makes me so annoyed because it's honestly a very creative game, and it looks fun. There's the fact that like just some of the shit that's in that game is so like interesting and cool, and like all of the bosses have really
they're so unique. They're so unique, honestly.
It's just so amazing. But they, like you said, thought more is better, but it's not.
It's
because
really not.
They put too much shit into this game that I'm at a sensory overload.
You know, and it's like overlord. Sensory overlord. See, the thing with Minecraft is, if you get sharpness 3 like on a fucking wooden sword, you might be able to just destroy a boss. Let's be honest, you can fucking play that game however you want. Nothing is mandatory. Nothing is mandatory in that game. You can do literally dick all. There's no end goal.
There's like 3 bosses, and all of them are optional.
I know.
I mean,
especially the Wither. The Wither is completely optional. You don't need to beat
the Terraria bosses are as well, but why would you not fight the bosses?
Exactly. The whole point of the game is the game is designed to fight the bosses. That's the whole
because
fun.
The more bosses you fight, the more like shit that you're able to do. Like exactly. The more ores you can mine, the more places you can go. Like, not more places you can go, but just
no. Technically, yes. It's the more you'll discover more like areas with that, because you'll have better gear. You can go explore deeper, further, wherever. It's mandatory because
it's like
Minecraft was built like a sandbox. It wasn't built like a fucking 2D video game, where it's like kind of like I don't know a good comparison to make. But it's not built at all like Terraria. It is a sandbox game at its core. That's all it is.
I think people like me and you prefer those types of games.
100%. I hate overly difficult games. Like, fine, who doesn't like a challenge, okay? Some people like to be challenged at least a little bit. But if it's just annoying, I'm like, no. I don't like that.
Yeah, I just... Minecraft, and there's so, like... Though Minecraft is constantly getting more shit added to the game, it's still linear when it comes to the stuff that it has.
It's not like, oh, you need to fight the Ender Dragon, you need to find the Sword of Unga Bunga first. That's not...
And when you find the sword, you have to use a pickaxe crafted from 13 different things, then to break it out of the cage.
Right, so would you classify, let's say you need a specific item to defeat the Ender Dragon, or there's no chance, like you could do damage to him, but you'll never actually beat him, he'll kill you before you do. Yeah. Would that constitute as mandatory? It's mandatory to have that item if you want to proceed. Mm-hmm. That is all of Terraria. That is Terraria in its entirety. Minecraft has none of that. You don't need... Well, you need certain items, sure. You need to kill Endermen, which are very common enemies. You can find them anywhere. And you can just take your time with the game. If you play the game enough, you will have all the resources you need to complete it. You don't need to do anything specific. You can just chill, and eventually you'll be able to do what you want.
I don't know.
Terraria is like, move now. No one is waiting for you.
Move now, everything will kill you.
Yes, you need to do better. You need to be better. You need to get better shit. You need to go to hard mode. You need to get this item. You need to get another item. You need to replace that
The only things that won't kill you is that, like, a worm.
Yes, the worm might not kill you, but it will kill you if you're not paying attention, so watch it.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
And just, like, some of the enemies in Terraria also very annoying. Like, your house is supposed to be, like, this safe haven where you're safe. And, like...
I mean, it usually is, unless you're playing with Rudy, who has a fucking mob spawner.
No.
Like the fucking Ungabungian he is. The dark room is good for the bones.
No. I feel like the fact that bosses can hurt you when you're in your house makes sense because like they're bosses.
I mean,
but
they can clip
when there's
through walls.
when there's just a simple enemy that's just a ghost that can go through walls, it can be annoying.
It is. That is irritating. The early game Terraria, just like loading in, everything's just gonna kill you. It's not fun, but if you can but like at the stage I'm at right now, I have weapons where like nothing can harm me if I pay attention, which is nice. It's how I want to play the game. I just want to like explore. I don't want to fucking die every 2 seconds.
And that's another thing that Minecraft does better. There's like minimal amount of enemies, but doesn't matter what you're wearing or what you have, you can still die equally the same way as if you had something like you had nothing.
Right.
If you had, yes, if you have like netherite armor, a zombie won't really do much to you if you get hit by it. But
you will take damage regardless.
You will still fight to not get hit by it, and when you do, you're like, God damn it, I got hit by it.
Yeah.
Terraria, everything will hit you, and you have to constantly heal yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you need to take damage. Like, in bosses, it's impossible to not take damage. You need to just soak that shit up. And if you can't...
Whenever you die...
Well, that's part of the progression system, right? You need to find better armor so you can survive the boss. Yeah. That's the whole point. Minecraft, you can have leather armor, but if you don't get hit, you're a fucking god. You don't need any of that shit.
Leather armor and tools that all have mending and sharpness.
Or nothing. Or literally nothing. Or you can wear a fucking pumpkin on your head and then you'll just win.
I know. I killed the Ender Dragon with a fucking wooden axe.
It's true. Doesn't fire shit doesn't do anything to the Ender Dragon, right?
I think it does it obviously does damage, but like I don't think it does a lot.
Cause I swear, yeah, I think it actually debuffs your damage. I don't know. I'm not completely sure.
What the Mario Brothers and Plumbing's a game?
What? The fuck?
But on the topic of games in general, like there's just some games that don't. They just have so much potential, but lack of care from the developers and or like too much care from the developers can really impact a game negatively.
For sure, 100%. I don't know, I agree with you, but I can't think of an example for over doing stuff.
Maybe I can't say an example, but in the idea of...
Oh wait, I have something, actually. I have something. Probably multiverses. But at the same time, that game was kind of just doomed to fail. It's not really the abundance of, just so many updates. But it's more so the game was just, shit to begin with. Everyone was hyping over multiverses, and then it just died.
I feel like too much care is very, linear when it comes to specific games. If a game, some people might laugh at my example, but a game like Fortnite, that game will only survive if it is constantly getting new shit added to
it's
it,
it's the IV drip to the game. It's fucking Boba Fett being added, Darth Vader.
They need to constantly add new shit, or else the game will die. And that's 100%. Why that game is still being played.
We only play it because Mr. Meeseeks is added to the fucking item shop.
Yeah, I know, and that's fun. That's a fun game.
But it doesn't. It's a fun gimmick. It's not really. It doesn't make the game any more fun than it already was. Well, okay,
but it makes the game get played more.
Yeah.
Does it not?
It 100% does, but it doesn't last for long though. It's a gimmick. Like you see it with multiverses. The gimmick is you can play as the Tasmanian Devil. That stops after a while. The gameplay is what matters. It's not who you're playing as. It's what game you're actually having fun with.
And I feel like majority of the games that are known as bad because of like what we've been talking about is I don't think a lot of single player games get affected by that too much, because single player games are they always feel linear, more lesser than multiplayer games, because there's just less, I guess, less things happening.
That's true. I mean, because they're just it's focused on PvP, so it's not going to be nothing crazy's happening. But
yeah,
I mean, unless you count like sick plays of 2022, I guess that could be crazy if you really wanted it to be. But...
with games like Spider-Man, it doesn't need a constant stream of stuff, and it doesn't need to be
single player.
Like, it's a single player game that is good, has good combat, good gameplay, just good, like, well-rounded shit.
Honestly, I can think of a game that really doesn't need to be updated. It being upkept would be amazing, but say I know you don't like particularly are excited or care about this too much. TF2 is just, I can play that game. They don't even need to update it. They don't need to give us a huge update. I can just hop in that and have fun. It doesn't need to be updated. It needs to be kept though, so that I'm not fucking tearing my eyes out. But it's timeless. Like, it doesn't need an ass load of updates, and it's like it has to be one of the longest games that just survived without getting to. Like what Overwatch Legacy did for like 5 years or something, whenever it came out, even less probably, and it already died. They needed to reboot it because they were doing so poorly. If you look on Steam, that game is still, like, fine. Like, people are playing it, they don't need to do a single thing to really keep it alive. People play it even if they are begging for updates.
Yeah.
Just no one really is gonna stop doing that. And that interests me.
I have no hatred towards TF2. I actually really like it.
And its concept, it's just, the gameplay, don't get me wrong, it's very hard at first, because... yeah. It's a big pain in the ass. Me being the big Source Engine person I am.
I'm just not good at video games. Overwatch is such a game that I just don't. I don't particularly hate, but I don't like it.
You know, I would go as far as to say I would like it under certain conditions, maybe, because it's really good, like, trashy multiplayer fun kind of. Bro, it's Team Fortress 3. Let's be honest.
I feel like that's why Team Fortress is still alive and Overwatch isn't. Team Fortress is everyone will remember Overwatch as a game that is based off of TF2.
Exactly.
A better game.
It's a class-based shooter. Yes, it has some unique, heroes. If that's what you call. If I had to pick between being a hero or a mercenary, what sounds more cool to you? I want to be Batman from the Batman comics.
I want to be a gun with a hat and like big gloves.
Yeah, I want to be the engineer, but I don't want to be in Team Fortress. God, lots of people are mad right now, just fucking smashing their computer to fucking pieces. It's not TF2. If it was TF2, explain Warhog or whatever his name is, Hogwarts. Hogwarts. Explain Harry Potter, then.
I have to say the characters in Overwatch are very, like,
they're overridden. I think they're like, Mercy is a mom of 50, and she came from the ethereal plane, and she's trying to make up for her past mistakes in Ooga Booga Land, where she accidentally murdered 3 people, or something. It's like, no, that's boring and drawn out. Just give me, like, this man is he stole someone's skeleton. This guy...
I saw a picture where it was, like, Overwatch heroes. It's like, guy who's trying to get, like,
redemption. Red Dead Redemption guy.
Yeah, redemption guy. And then there's it shows a picture of the characters in TF2, and it just says, fucking insane person.
I know, like what? Soldier obviously is not a real soldier, if you can tell. he couldn't get into the army because I don't know, he's insane or something.
What's this? A weapon?
What's this? So he thought that he was a soldier, so he just went into Nazi Germany and then just started. Wait, no, actually. Yeah, he went into Nazi Germany, just started killing a bunch of innocent German people.
And he's like, I am a soldier.
Yeah, that's literally, I don't know.
I don't know. I absolutely adore the TF2 characters, how
They're
they
so
go
funny.
off of one another.
I mean, and obviously the internet does as well. It's like everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're on the internet, you're gonna see those guys around. They're unavoidable.
Even if you don't even know what the game is about, you've seen them. 100%.
Exactly. You're like, oh, I know this guy. He's the fat guy from the Reddit memes. If you go on Reddit for some reason.
He's that Russian dude that has a gun.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's from Team Fortress. Oh, so that's what it is.
Oh, that's the Think Fast Chuckle Nuts guy.
Oh, it's the eat a salad fat person guy. Yeah, I guess. I like the heavy. The heavy, like, some people are like, oh, I think, Demo should get into Smash, and that's fine and all, but I think, like, Heavy's pretty much the face of TF2. He's on the friggin' orange box. Even Jiras has the orange box. We could literally find him. He'll be on there smiling with his fucking minigun.
Yeah.
Like, I like the Heavy as well.
He's just... They all have an energy that radiates off of them that feels the same. Like, they all feel like the same character, but they're all very different.
Yeah.
They're all terrible people to one another and to everyone else.
Well, they have the same vibe, you know? Yeah.
All of them work with each other and hang out because they have to. Because it's
just their job. They're going to work.
They will not see each other or speak to each other if they weren't on job.
Literally, the Overwatch lore, it has so much backstory with all the characters knowing each other or something. Because I just hear voice lines and it's like, oh, Arthur Morgan would be proud of this, or whoever he is, the guy, the cowboy.
Oh, McCree?
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I think I told you this before, all the textures in TF2 are hand-drawn by actual artists.
That's awesome.
Hand-drawn, and also, all of the characters they were also drawn as well. Obviously, like, I don't know where they got the textures for their models. But they were like, I guess all characters are pretty much like this. They had their, concept designs.
Yeah.
And they were all, like, kind of oil painting-esque. Like, that mid-50s kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Which I find, it's just very, like, it has a theme. It's so, like...
I love the art style, because it's so different from what Valve makes.
I know, it's simplistic, it's recognizable, and it makes the game easier to play, because you know what's where, like, everything's very simple when you look at it.
And I love Heavy's, like, big block fingers.
I know, it's fucking sausages that just can crush your head if you just squeeze his index finger.
It's so fun. I love, it's so vibrant and like, interesting. Overwatch is just...
It's very much so, like, 2019, 2020 kind of, like, Valorant type of stuff, you know what I mean?
Valorant
like that, oh, it's a multiplayer shooter, everyone loves those nowadays, right?
Yeah.
It kind of
it's like when Battle Royales were a thing. They're like, oh, everyone loves this type of thing. And make everything 100 people play.
Exactly. It's kind of like that.
Shoot your friends in the head, why don't you?
Exactly. It's fun to kill your friends, trust me.
I love shooting my friend in the frontal cortex.
The front... the frontal penis. You know, honestly, if you were one of the guys who got to name that part of the brain, I'm sure you would have your submission would have been acknowledged, and probably that would have been what it was named.
Denied.
The frontal place head. Yes, genius.
The McDonald's play place. Yes.
Yes, that is the brain now. God.
Valorant's a different story.
Yeah.
Valorant
has a nice art style. I like it.
It has a nice art style.
I'm totally not biased because it kind of looks like TF2 now. If you're thinking that, you're stupid.
I like the art style, but then again, I like the art style of League of Legends, and that game is abhorrent.
You mean Dota?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
League
it's
of
fine.
Dota.
Easy to make that mistake.
Dota of Legends.
I don't know. People are talking about this League of Legends. I think they're just confused. It's called Dota, guys. I'm not sure where you.
Dota 2.
Yeah, Dota 2 episode 3, I think, something like that. Actually, no, not sorry, 2.
It was a DLC that was like, oh damn, there's already a Dota 2. We made a Dota 2. Now we gotta just make that a DLC.
Yeah. Dota 2 DLC.
But then they were like, this is like a full game. We gotta just make it a game. Or what do you want to call it? League of Balls. No, that's too
No, I'm pretty sure. I think they made League of Legends first, or the people who made Dota broke off and then made League of Legends.
Yeah, they made Dota, then they left Valve, made League of Legends, and then they came back and made Dota 2.
Yeah. God, that's so stupid.
But Valorant,
So wait, so you're telling me they made League, then came back to make the second Dota?
I think.
That doesn't sound quite right, but if they did, they're pretty stupid. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
they're
it's like the same game, but worse.
And everyone who plays it would be dumb, because it's like, oh, why are you playing League when they made a better updated version of it on Steam? Yeah. And you can just play Dota 2.
I think if I had the choice of playing Overwatch or Valorant, I'd probably play Overwatch. I like the combat in Overwatch a lot more, because Valorant is just... It's so long and nothing.
Yeah.
You just shoot the other person, and then you sometimes get like a power that does sometimes nothing.
Yeah.
And you just get shot. And you see a person for a split second, you're dead.
In Valorant?
Because yeah.
I just used the shotgun.
As a guy who's not good at the game and is like slow in the brain, I mean.
Yes, of course.
I will turn a corner, see a guy for a split second, and then I'd be dead. Because these people who play the game are just so competitive, and they're not even playing competitive.
Like, if they play Valorant, all they do is play Valorant. That's basically... It's not going to be fun, because everyone who plays it is so much better than you, that it's unbelievable. It's pathetic to even try to get into it.
The game is like, oh, there's like the search and destroy thing.
I mean, actually, when I started playing Valorant... Everyone was kind of garbage, so it was kind of fun for me to play. I just picked up a shotgun, and then I saw someone, and I left-clicked on them, and then it was fine. Yeah. But, yeah, nowadays, I don't doubt that it's probably a lot worse. Everyone has metas, everyone's, like, fucking shitting on each other.
There's the aspect of, like, placing down the spike, and then, like, they have to defuse the spike or whatever. Like,
yeah, so, obviously,
but no one... It's such a useless thing, since the rounds end so fast from just your team dying.
Yeah.
Or the other team dying. Like, there's no point in even setting the spike other than to lure the other team for them to die.
It's true, yeah.
I guess that's a lot of games that have that mechanic, but Valorant, I feel like it emphasizes just not needing to be there. And, I know we were just, like, dissing Overwatch for being not too good of a game, but I'd rather play Overwatch than Valorant, only because there is creativity in the combat.
That's true, yeah. 100%. I'm not denying that, but
there's characters. There's only specific characters like Soldier. He's one of the only characters that can run.
Yeah, but he's like he's obviously the most boring character. I don't think you need to ask anyone to figure that out.
And then you can play this big, slow, fat dude who, like, chugs down Kool-Aid whenever he's low on health.
Honestly, I barely think the game is balanced, but I don't know.
It's not balanced at all. But it was so unbalanced that they had to make a sequel, a subpar sequel, that got rid of one of the tank slots and made it 5v5 instead of 6v6. Even in Overwatch, it's very... Like, there's people who play that game constantly, and you're gonna lose. Because if you try and play any shooter, like multiplayer shooter game, just to have fun, you will always lose. Unless you're actually trying to do good, like, in any way, you will lose.
Honestly... I think that's true for the most part. You just gotta, if you don't focus on having fun, then you're never gonna have a good time. That's basically it. You need to just chill. You're just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna get my ass kicked a lot. I might actually do something, like, for my team. I might actually be pretty good this round, who knows.
Yeah, but then there's a game like Fortnite where you can do dumb shit and still win the game.
Yeah, but that's just because it's filled with bots nowadays for some reason.
Yeah, they're like, we gotta keep the game on to buy 13 million bots from Elon Musk.
Yes. They will be the most advanced players of the century.
They will never build. I will never have them build.
Yes, they can build one fucking wall.
One wall, just so that the players think that it's a player, and then they die.
Yes. Honestly, Whenever I decide to play TF2, I'm a little bit, like, sometimes I'll get the idea, and I'm like, maybe I should play TF2. But usually there's a lot of really good people on TF2 all the time. And sometimes I just want to fucking get on a rampage and just have no one that can touch a finger on me, because my medic's medigun is so far up my ass I can't breathe. Like, that's just fun to me. And I watched this guy named Uncle Dane. He's a big TF2 engineer, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, if you fucking school people in the game, if you were just completely fucking everyone in the game and you're just the best, don't feel bad. You should just enjoy that while you can. That's pretty much what he said. It's like, if you're better than someone, enjoy it. But, I don't know.
I think a cool addition to those types of games would be a mode where it's just not casual, because casual is the main game mode.
Yeah.
In those games, but like a game mode where people who just want to fuck around and not really play the game full, like for real, can just go and fuck around. And
so I have something to add to that.
Yeah.
You remember when I was like, I'd like be streaming TF2 on Discord, and I'm like on some crack den community server, and we have someone named like fucking Springtrap 1998 or something.
Beetlejuice Lestrange or something.
Exactly. So those are the equivalent of, you just want to do absolutely dick all. You want to just fuck around, and that's it. That is all you want to do. But it's not for playing an actual like game of casual. It's not. You don't load that up and be like, okay, I'm gonna go in casual and be friendly and like be a heavy and just give people sandwiches. Because you know what the problem with that is? The community servers are designed for that. They're designed for everyone to be silly and stupid and not do anything. But when everyone's doing that, it just makes it so much more boring. That's the issue. Because if no one's doing anything, you're having a nice fucking parade in the middle of Two Fort or something. Like, nothing's going on. Everyone's eating a sandwich, no one's fighting each other, and it makes those moments where you do something really funny and stupid in an actual game. It takes away, because the server's meant for that.
I feel like, changing what I said before, I think more games should have that option, like what TF2 has.
Yeah, like...
Just where you can go. I mean, I guess Overwatch has that, right? Isn't there custom things?
Yeah, there's custom matches, but that's almost in any game, and really, that's only with your friends, pretty much. I think it's mostly local, for the most part. Maybe you can find some server people strung together. It's like, oh, you can play paintball mode or something, where you just shoot limp dildos out of your guns instead.
I know that there's shit like Where's Waldo, where one player in the game is like chosen to be a Waldo and he has to hide while everyone's trying to find him.
In Overwatch?
I think. It seems like a game mode that would be in, like a custom game that would be in that.
Is it? I don't really know anything about those really custom.
I know, because some of them are very creative with like, some of them are like, the creator of it got a map, made it so the floor is deadly and you have to use the Genji that can climb walls and wall run whatever.
Yeah.
To parkour across the map and go through checkpoints.
Honestly, yes. I mean, I love editing maps. I love taking maps and then just fucking screwing them.
Have you ever thought of changing any TF2 maps? Because I've seen you change preset Gmod map.
That was the first one I did. The first one I did was House of Garden to give it some extra zing so that we can have more fun with it.
I think House of Garden 2, I think.
Or was it? No, it was... Yeah, it was the second one where it's only the house and then 1 meter outside. Yeah, I made a little portion where you can hide in the backyard and secret walls, and you can raise up the window and shoot someone or something. I found that really fun.
You made a pipe that can be...
Oh yeah, the pipe, because everyone was trying to climb the pipe, so I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll make the pipe climbable then.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of changing TF2 maps? Do you think that'd be difficult?
I had one. Not necessarily. I know there's a bunch of presets to say like, oh, you're building a capture the flag mode. You can just like import these set of assets and it'll work properly. But there's one thing I always want to do, and I don't know if someone did this already, but there's a Gmod map. That's basically, it's the Meet the Medic map. It's like the hospital, it has like the theater, and then it has like everything else basically. And it's kind of its own like fully fledged map. What I wanted to do was take that and make it an actual like playable map for everyone to like just do a deathmatch in. Because I feel like that would have been really cool. I would have put points like up on the hill that you would have had to capture and shit. But yeah, that's really the only thought I had. I've only made like joke TF2 maps. Like there was one I made. Shit, I don't know if we can talk about this on the podcast.
What?
There was a map I modded for Black Mesa, or I just made a custom map. It was for our fellowson, you know that.
Oh yes.
And he had COVID at the time. So what I did is I filled the room with like 50 head crabs, right? And if he survived and killed all the head crabs, he would have to break a wall, and then there would be a giant sign that just says "You have COVID," and then it would slowly like chase him.
I remember that.
It would slowly,
I remember that.
Yeah, it would slowly chase him
so
down.
Funny.
That was amazing. Honest to God, like he was fucking crying.
It was so funny.
You have COVID. And then he just fucking died. It was hilarious.
I miss like just messing with that guy.
Also, when I was watching him play Black Mesa, he was like trying to access a bunch of, you know, the fucking JPEG elevators that I just pasted on the wall, but do not.
Yeah.
I made a map where he had to crawl through a tube that was like fucking filled with flames in 2 seconds, so he had to avoid it or something. And then I made a room with like 5 different elevators, and only one of them worked, and he had to just wait until one of them came down. So there's just a bunch of flat texture elevators, and then one of them actually just opened. And then
That's actually such a fun idea.
Yeah, and then And then when he actually got in the elevator after like 5 minutes, I made him wait. Like actual 5 minutes. It took him to the top floor, and then it like showed like Kleiner sitting on the toilet, and then he made a fart noise and exploded and cut to black.
Wow, that's honestly such a perfect waste of time for that guy.
I know, like it's such a fruitless endeavor that he just must love taking part in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing that shit.
That was nice.
I mean, what I was gonna do for you, I gave up because I've tried doing this 2 times now. I tried making a Vector's Fortress in the Hammer editor.
Oh, really?
And I was just gonna replace one of your Half-Life 2 map files with it, and you would just load into a map, and you just hear the Vector's fucking Vector's theme, and you'd be sitting in his fucking circle room with the monsters, and you'd just be like, "Well, what the fuck do I do now?"
And then they in the water tank below you.
Oh, that was why I stopped. I couldn't get the water tank to work.
If you did, you could have put one of those guys that swim in the water from Black Mesa.
Oh yeah, that's such a good idea. Well, that would be for Black Mesa because that NPC is not in Half-Life, or it might be actually because it's in the intro. Anyways, too late now. You're on episode 2. I can't do that.
You can still make that a map.
Something like that. Maybe I still have the file.
Can you find the blueprints to Vector's Fortress on like Google?
I can't actually. It's very useless. Here, I'm gonna search it up right now. Just see what I get.
Fuck you, Google. Like, imagine Illumination comes out with like a full, just like outline of his fortress and every room that's in it.
No, I just got some random guy's castle who also happened to be named Vector.
But I love when, I think the best thing that Pixar did, not the best thing, but like a really cool thing that they did recently was, instead of going all out and like making it like a WALL-E sequel that didn't need to be made because it's a beautiful movie, they instead...
Wait, were they making a WALL-E sequel? What?
No. They won't.
Right.
But instead of doing that, which was not needed at all, they just made a YouTube video where it's just a newly rendered Axiom, and it's just a camera panning through the Axiom.
Is it actually? Hold on.
Yeah.
Axiom Wally? Render. I don't know.
Anyway, if you can't find it,
I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. Oh wait, I think I did actually. Wally Cine Axiom? Is that what it's called? I think this is the Spanish version.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, massive spoilers for Wally, by the way.
This here.
I'll put it up on the actual video.
So just
What? It kind of looks the same. It doesn't look too advanced. It looks like what's it? You know the deleted scenes from what's it called? Deleted scenes from Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, where everything kind of looks funky. It kind of gives me those vibes.
Yeah, but the fact that they just like went out of their way to do just a pan through the Axiom with like no music, like out of nowhere.
I mean, we get
too.
to see everything now. It's really cool.
Like just the fact that they did that, and I love Pixar's like they're just so they go out of their way to do like small little things that just are so nice. For the movies, Toy Story 2, A Bug's Life, they animated bloopers for those movies as if it was a film being recorded.
Oh yeah, that was in the credits, right?
Yeah. And then the fact like the Pizza Planet car being in every movie. I think it wasn't in a couple of the new ones actually. I don't know, but just they're very. They care about the movies that they make.
Oh, interesting. Hold on, I'm watching the render right now.
Yeah.
And a weird choice they did at the very end, like pretty much 8/10 into the video. They like faded to black, like they did a like fade transition.
Yeah.
And it was into like the headquarters of the
Like the cockpit.
Yeah, the cockpit. I think that's like a separate map they actually have for that, or like a second part that's disembodied from the actual inside of the ship. Because
Maybe.
otherwise they would just like pan through like everything. They would go there if it was accessible, right? I don't know.
Possibly. I feel like it'd be easier on their computers if it was just a separate map.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying it's probably the case. Because honestly, that's why, you know, games have so many loading screens, or at least like linear games.
Yeah. I think Pixar and I just like Pixar and DreamWorks just better than Disney. Disney's made good movies, but just some of
I agree with you. I get it.
They're just not good. Like, and I love how I like Pixar, even though it revolves around Disney as well. It's just better than Disney. And DreamWorks, a company made just because a worker on Disney got fired, and he was annoyed by the fact that he got fired, so he wanted to make a company to combat them.
Bro, and then they bought him out? That's so fucking stupid.
They
cool.
fired him. They fired him, and he was like, "Fuck those guys." And then he started making DreamWorks. And then because A Bug's Life came out, they were like, "We gotta get ants," so they made ants.
Honestly, that's so like I like that a lot.
And it's just their movies itself. I honestly like Kung Fu Panda. Though all three movies are amazing.
Yeah,
How to
like
Train Your Dragon,
that guy knew his shit when he fucking quit. He was like, "Bro, I have everything I need to do it on my own. Fuck these guys."
So is Sony as well, because
Sony very much so, yeah.
What Disney doesn't like is allowing people to be creative
And
when
free,
they want to be creative.
yes.
And free. because
It's always like, do as I say, or die.
Sony made the worst movie. Like, everyone hated the Emoji Movie, but then they made Spider-Verse, and it was so good that people respected Sony again.
I know that the people who made like your old ass PlayStation 3, or at least it was. Did they help making it or something? I forgot.
What?
Like
Spider-Verse?
every time I turn on my PlayStation, it says Sony.
Oh, I don't know that correlation.
I don't know the lore, you fucking PlayStations.
But when producers and creators just are allowed to just go wild and make movies, those are some of the best movies. Mitchell's vs. Machines, Spider-Verse again. What is it? Movies like Pixar movies like Turning Red and Luca. The different art styles.
How was Turning Red and Luca? I know those those movies I had like zero interest in watching for some reason.
Luca, I mean, I watched Luca with my parents, and since my mom's Italian, my mom really liked that movie. Like, just, it's a cute, like, it's a nice movie to watch. It's very wholesome and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Turning Red is just, it's very, I don't know. It's different from a lot of things being made, because it takes place in Canada, but in Chinatown, Canada. Toronto.
Oh, really?
So that's like, you don't see a lot of movies based in that area. Plus, it's also takes place in like 2001, which is another year that movies don't take place in usually. So there is discs and iPods and stuff.
I know all the movies I still watch were made in 2001. So.
And yeah.
Pretty much. So it's not gonna be like the year is 2005. We're 3 billion years in the future. So
and like, wow, 2000. Everyone Back to the Future was like, 2017 has hoverboards.
Yes, 2017 has a hoverboard, which you can probably kill yourself on.
Yeah, hoverboards with wheels.
Oh, how primitive.
How promiscuous. But the movie Turning Red, I like it. The animation is very fun. It's creative.
Yeah.
The story is also very unique. In like, I don't know. I liked it. It was.
Can you actually just tell me a little bit about it? I'm not gonna watch it. So.
Well, it's about what is it? Girl, and she's like,
she turns red. Okay, got it. Good start, Dom. Good start.
I'm blue.
No one talks about red turning red. Something like that. Yeah.
She's like overly confident, and she's like such a like extroverted person until she, what is it? Honestly, I forget. One day she wakes up and she's like a giant red panda. And the whole shtick is that when she gets overly emotional, like at all, like excited, sad, just any over like, she gets overly emotional, she turns into a giant red panda.
What? So she was extroverted, and then she turned into an introvert because she turned into a giant fucking bear every 5 seconds.
Yeah, and then she couldn't. Like, she didn't want anyone to see her be a panda, so she, like, couldn't be extra. And then she...
Oh, wait, no, that's a good thing. What do you mean? And then she couldn't be annoying as shit and in people's faces. Thank God for all of us.
And then she embraced the panda.
I
And,
see.
like, was herself. And, like, it's a good movie. I like it. What was the newest one? Oh, yeah, Lightyear was after that.
Haven't watched it.
I haven't either. I just heard it was... I wish it was better.
Yeah, me too. I really hyped the shit out of that movie.
No, it was such a... We even talked about it in the first episode, actually.
That's what I mean by hyping it. And then it just ended up being... Oh, it's the worst thing to... All I heard was people complaining about like Buzz Lightyear kissing a man or something. And then I heard my dad who came out. He was like, he kisses a man in the movie or something. I don't know. It's so strange.
It's
I don't know why people don't like it because of that.
I think the newest movie that Pixar's coming out with is very interesting.
What is it called?
Elemental.
Shit. I think we gotta wrap this up soon. It's been like an hour or so.
Yeah. But have you seen the trailer for that?
Yeah, it's Skylanders.
Yeah.
The portal of light has been broken, and you need to find the green glowing goo to repair it.
Yeah.
We all know the plot. Come on.
I love the core of light.
No, my darkness, no.
Chaos.
God, I love that.
The last thing we're gonna have is let's close off this episode with the fact that we letting the world know that me and you played Skylanders fully in 9 hours.
Yeah, we just sat down and then played them.
We sat down for 9 hours, played the fucking game, and then Roman left.
Yeah, and then I got
we
goopy.
never talked for 30 seconds.
It's such an we're the best because we played it on hard mode with no nunchucks and with
our penises.
I was gonna say with one testicle, but that works as well. I don't know what either of those things have to do with the difficulty of the game.
Playing with our penis.
Yes, we played without the penises. It was very difficult.
It's like one of those like adapters. You put the Wii remote in there.
Yeah, it plugs into everything. It's like a universal adapter for anything.
Universal Wii remote. Anyways,
okay. So this has been
watching.
This has been the most horrible episode. Actually, the best episode. Actually, but the last time was much worse.
Oh no! Last time it had Noah, and that's why it was bad.
Exactly. We'll never be having guests again unless it's Gabe. Alright.
Anyways, hope you guys like this episode. And
I really hope you guys like and subscribe. Otherwise,
yeah, I'm glad to see that people love just hearing us ramble about nothing for an hour.
I know,
straight.
like there's 10 people who click off the video at the very start because they're like, "This isn't super mega."
This is not good.
I'm so glad we have so many people who just love to hear us do that.
I know, but yeah. Anyways.
Alright, see you guys later. Check out the extra YouTube extra things.
The extra.
And go on my merch shop.
Extra.
Merch shop for the first Greek at Jimmy the Skull fucking sucks. Alright. See you guys in the next one.
See you guys later.